Ethan sat at his desk, the faint hum of the classroom around him barely registering as his eyes were glued to the math test paper. His heart raced, and he could feel the cold sweat forming on his palms. How many times had he practiced these formulas? Yet, they eluded him now, teasing him from the very edge of his memory. "Take a deep breath, Ethan. You've got this," he murmured to himself, an affirmation his mom had taught him in these moments of panic. Ethan had always been a little unsure about math. Numbers seemed to dance around in a complex pattern he found hard to decipher. But his mother, a guiding light of encouragement, would sit with him at the kitchen table, working through equations. "It's about making the problem less scary," she'd say, cracking a smile as they solved one problem after another. Closing his eyes for a brief second, Ethan took a long, measured breath just as his mom had shown him during their numerous study sessions. He envisioned each breath pushing away his anxiety, giving room to clarity. "Let's simplify," he thought, echoing his mom's advice. He opened his eyes with a renewed focus. As he started to read through the problems again, he decided to tackle the ones he found easiest first. Gradually, as he solved them, he could feel his confidence start to build like a flame kindling slowly in a hearth. One of his friends, Mia, noticed him tense up earlier. She leaned over slightly and gave him a brief, reassuring nod before returning to her own paper. That silent show of support made Ethan feel less alone. He reminded himself that mistakes were part of learning. His teacher, Mr. Jacobs, often said that understanding how you arrive at an answer is as important as the answer itself. Midway through the test, Ethan allowed himself another small break. Placing his pencil down, he performed a brief grounding exercise his mom showed him if he ever felt overwhelmed. Finding 5 things he could see, 4 things he could touch, 3 things he could hear, 2 things he could smell, and 1 thing he could taste. It was a simple trick, but it always helped by tethering him back to reality. As the bell rang, signaling the end of the exam period, Ethan felt a sense of triumph, regardless of how all his answers panned out. He knew he had given his best effort, faced his fears, and managed them with strategies that would last beyond a classroom. Packing up his things, he glanced at Mia and exchanged an understanding smile. They were both in this together. On his way out, Ethan thought about telling his mom that evening how her little life lessons had saved the day once more. The math test's final result seemed almost secondary to the victory he felt within himself. A win for courage, and a reminder that with preparation and self-belief, he could face whatever came his way. Subscribe to Mindful Kids Club for more heartwarming stories and emotional adventures. New videos every week. Don't miss out.